Everyday objects often feel timeless, so familiar that it's easy to forget they had to be invented. But many of the items we use without a second thought have unusual and sometimes surprising histories. Take eyeglasses. Today, they're a routine tool for improving vision, but they only appeared in Europe around the 13th century. The earliest versions were made of two convex lenses riveted together and balanced on the nose. They were mainly used by monks and scholars who spent hours reading manuscripts. These early glasses didn't have arms, so wearers had to hold them in place or develop balancing skills. It wasn't until centuries later that temples, what we now call arms, were added to make them practical for daily use. Now consider the umbrella. In ancient civilizations like Egypt, China, and Persia, umbrellas were symbols of power, often used to shade royalty from the sun. But in 18th century Britain, they were seen as feminine accessories. Men who used them were often ridiculed. One man, Jonas Hanway, regularly carried an umbrella through the rainy streets of London, ignoring public mockery. Over time, social norms shifted, and umbrellas gradually became acceptable for everyone, especially in a country known for its rain. The mirror is another object with a long and surprisingly symbolic history. Before the invention of glass mirrors in the 14th century, people used polished metal, obsidian, or even water to view their reflection. In some cultures, mirrors were not just functional, they were thought to reveal the soul or act as portals to another realm. In ancient Rome and parts of Asia, they were used in rituals and buried with the dead. The superstitions around mirrors, like the belief that breaking one brings bad luck, stem from these older symbolic associations. Then there's the alarm clock. Before mechanical clocks existed, people used water clocks, sundials, and even burning incense or candles that would trigger a bell when they melted. But in industrial Britain, punctuality became essential. This led to the rise of knocker-uppers, people hired to tap on windows with sticks or shoot peas at the glass to wake workers up in time for their shifts. These human alarm clocks remained common into the early 20th century, even after affordable mechanical alarms became widely available. Finally, let's look at toilet paper. While ancient Chinese records mention paper used for hygiene as early as the 6th century in much of the world, toilet paper is a relatively recent invention. In the West, commercially packaged toilet paper only appeared in the mid-19th century. Before that, people used whatever was available: leaves, rags, corn cobs, or in ancient Rome, a communal sponge on a stick. The modern roll didn't become a household staple until plumbing systems improved and mass production made it widely affordable. From glasses to toilet paper, these everyday objects didn't just appear, they evolved through trial, error, and cultural change. And in each case, what we now see as common and unremarkable once required innovation, adaptation, and sometimes persistence in the face of resistance. Looking at their histories reminds us that even the most ordinary things can have unexpectedly rich backstories.